You ask permission.
I don't need a permission
Yes,
to
you
be
do.
a journalist. No,
Yes,
you
you
don't.
do.
No, you don't.
Yes, you do.
No, you don't. Oh
Yes,
my
you do.
God, you guys are terrible. Apparently, you swore an oath to the United States Constitution. You didn't know that.
It's not required.
So, all right. Excuse me?
Not allowed to film inside.
Really?
Yes, sir.
What's your name? Do you have a badge number?
I'm confused. Let's talk outside. I want you to go.
No.
You don't have permission to do that, sir.
Huh?
You don't have permission to do that.
I don't have permission to video record a public library.
No, you don't.
And what is your badge number?
You can.
Since you said it's not relevant that you're a police officer?
They told you this is privately owned.
This is not a privately owned building, ma'am. I know full well it's not privately owned.
It's owned by the city.
Okay. Hello everyone. I finally got some decent weather and decided to take a tour of the downtown St. Louis, Missouri. I toured the City Hall and several other landmark buildings, and this is what I found. The audit is long, but absolutely packed with corruption, contradictions, and your favorite, stupidity. There will be update videos in the future, which I will post a link to in the description box. If you feel the need to use your First Amendment rights, there's some helpful information in the description box as well. The crackling sound at the beginning is from a loose phone holder and will stop shortly into the audit. Be sure to like, share, and subscribe, and as always, thanks for watching. the work on this door. It's a very nice library.
Hi there, how are you?
All right, how are you? Can you tell me when this library was built?
The construction began in 1908 and the building opened to the public in 1912.
Okay.
So that gives you some idea.
Awesome.
Are you taking photographs in the building today?
Yep.
Let me get you a permit real quick. So
I don't
we
do
that just-
permits.
Pardon?
I don't do permits. It's a public building, isn't it?
It is.
Okay.
However, they do require it. So the only reason I'm suggesting that we do it takes like 5 seconds. Well, a little more than 5 seconds, but that way you won't be stopped by public safety officers or police officers while you're in the building.
Oh, I hope that doesn't happen.
Well, it's not a big deal. It just
I know
shows
it's
that
not.
you have permission to do so.
That's the thing. I'm a journalist. I don't need permission.
Okay.
It's a constitutional right. So if I were to request permission to
Sure,
engage
but
in a
it is a
constitution,
public building, and the reason that we go through the process is so that it's not then used for commercial purposes. So all the time you'll have people that will come in and they'll want to do a big spread with people from their law firm or something like that, which isn't necessarily the proper use of the interior of a public library because it's here to be a public library. So you do you go ahead and wander around and good luck.
awesome. Thank you.
The only thing I will tell you is to just be careful. Obviously, it's pretty quiet today, so it's not an issue. But because we are a public library, we just ask that whatever you do doesn't disrupt anybody that's in the room or doing it.
The only thing would be me talking to somebody, or if one of my cameras beeps and.
Yeah, no, that's fine. But sometimes you'll have people come in with a big tripod and set up in the middle of the room.
Gotcha. Yeah.
I've
got feet on this, but.
No, it's good, and that's a nice size.
Yeah. I have a tripod that
It can be huge.
Yeah.
Yes, absolutely.
So. There you go. I hope.
It's going to be fine, I'm
Okay.
sure. I always make that suggestion.
If you take the
because-
time to watch those videos, you'll see why I know it'll be fine.
Right, I'm sure. Okay, well, take care.
All right, you too.
Oh, yeah. That's right.
Excuse me?
Not allowed to film inside.
Really?
Yes, sir.
What's your name?
Treasure.
What? I couldn't hear you.
Treasure.
Treasure? Okay.
It's a gentleman on the second floor named Scott Wolf. I could take you to him.
I just talked to him.
He said you were okay. Did he give you a permit number?
I don't need a permit, though. That's the thing. It's a public building. It's a constitutionally protected activity I'm engaged in right now.
All right. Did you talk to Scott on the second floor? Did you tell him all of this?
Yeah?
All right. Let's go talk to Scott.
All right, let's go talk to Scott.
Are you ready to check out? You can check out with them up there, Brianna.
Okay.
And I love your hair.
Thank you.
It's different. It doesn't say it's different.
I don't know where Sims has run off.
Second floor.
We need her so we can go down there and do that.
Going down.
Told you.
Here's the thing. I'm going to be real nice. I'm going to do this one time today. I am a journalist that is specifically seeking out unlawful policies dictating constitutional rights. So I'm engaged in a constitutionally protected activity. First Amendment right. I am a journalist and I am reporting on public function on public property, and I am filming public servants in the course of their duties. That is 100% protected under the United States Constitution and several federal court cases. That's the last time I'm going to be nice about it.
Okay.
So that's an unlawful policy to require somebody to have a permit. I get it if it's for commercial.
No, it really isn't. It isn't an unlawful policy because there are rules that are established even in a public institution, and rules that are designed to be followed. And many times those rules are to promote public safety, so on and so forth. Generally, what happens with our permit process, which they're totally free, it's just a matter of you coming in and us being able to give you a permit that just says that you have permission to be doing this at this particular time. And one of the reasons we do that is so that we're able to schedule those sessions.
Okay.
So that we don't have, 10 bridal parties showing up at the same time,
Okay.
which can be really problematic and difficult.
Well,
for
the
a public
issue is
situation.
the United States Constitution, which is the supreme law of the land. It's way above your public library's little permit process. This is federal law. It has been on the books for a very long time, okay? And I don't need permission. The Constitution already listed it, that I'm free press.
So you wouldn't have to have permission to go into the Supreme Court building. And
Courthouses are different.
Well,
Courthouses are
they
totally...
are public buildings, and there are lots of public buildings. And what you're saying is that you have the right to enter any building, anytime, without any permission.
This is a public
because you're a
library,
citizen.
not a
Well,
courthouse.
It's a public library, but there are public universities. There's all sorts of public buildings which receive public funding, and not all of them are going to allow you complete rights to enter any part of the building at any time.
Okay. So what are we going to do here now? Because I'm not going to fill out the permit.
Well, there's not that is not for me to decide. What I can do is I can have you talk to one of the managers. I can call someone and see if they can send someone over to talk to you.
Sure.
Hey, Jen. Do you have a minute to come over to the Great Hall? Okay, so here's the thing: is I have a gentleman here from Citizen Standpoint News, who is challenging the constitutionality of us requiring a permit for him to take photographs or video in the Central Library. Okay, thank you. Bye-bye.
Is she coming down?
She will. It'll take her a few minutes. She's at the administration building next door. So she is one of the people with our marketing department.
Okay.
And, I'm not the one that sets policy. It's the board of the library, so you would have to speak with some other entity above me.
Okay. Is it an
and like I
elected
said,
board?
This is not, we do not, at any point, we're not restricting the rights of a person to do that.
I sure hope not.
If you were, I'm not the person that determines anything that has a commercial impact. So, do you benefit from the videos that you shoot? So you have a network and you're shooting these. Do you gain any commercial gain from doing that? Are you paid for what you do?
Am
Are
I
you
paid?
for the content that you?
Am I paid under contract, or what if I said I'm not required by law to answer any questions to a government official?
So should I be able to say, I'm not a government official, I am an employee of the public library, I'm not a government official.
A government
Is it okay
employee.
for me to say, I don't have to answer any of your questions?
Yeah, absolutely. Are you a U.S. citizen?
I absolutely am. And
Awesome.
why are you asking me that question?
Well, pretty simple. You have constitutional rights if you're a U.S. citizen, so you're not required to answer questions in this country. Just a heads up. It's called the Fifth Amendment. It's a constitutional right.
Well, actually, not in every circumstance. So I'm not going to get into all of that. I'm just...
There's a
I'm
federal
telling you this
courthouse like 2
policy
blocks away.
exists
You
here.
guys are going to get taken down to that federal courthouse, and you're going to get told by a
and
judge.
You're filming me,
Yep,
an individual.
yep, a public employee. Aren't you? You just said you are. You're wearing a name badge. You're sitting behind the desk at a public library.
What you're saying is that you don't have to, You don't have to answer any questions, but I do. But she does, but anybody else does. What you're saying is that any person can go into any space, any circumstance, and they can just do whatever they want to because
I'm not doing
because
whatever
the
I want
Constitution
to.
says
I
you
mean,
should. And you know, I don't know anything about your YouTube channel. I don't know if you derive financial benefit from that, but taking, you know, using public property as a backdrop for something that you're then using to make financial gain. So the library district does own the building. So we are a public institution, and that is owned by, you know, it's owned by
people.
the city of St. Louis. It's owned by the people of St. Louis. It's not owned. It is not something that they're very careful about people taking public resources and then transferring those images and the investment that's made by the public in this and then turning around and making money off.
Well, aren't I a member of the public?
I'm not saying that isn't what I said. You're a member of the public, but if you're deriving some commercial benefit from it, I'm not the person that determines whether that is a legal application of it or not. That is something that has to be turned over to our marketing department, and they evaluate whether or not someone can do that. So like I said, if you're going to take...
Don't you think the legal department ought to be the one that determine that rather than the marketing department? I'm just thinking outside the box here.
We have lawyers, and we have all those sorts of things.
You're going to need them.
I am not the person... What I keep trying to tell you is I'm not the person that's determining what the policy is. The policy is set by our board, and all I did was explain that policy to you.
Okay.
You're the one that refused to go through a simple process which is free to anybody in the public to do. You just simply refuse to do that.
Because it's a constitutional right.
Because you don't have, you don't feel like you should have permission to do anything, and you feel like you should have permission to do anything in any space, anything that you wanted to do because you were a citizen. So
Is it illegal though?
Running,
Is it illegal?
naked in Central Library.
Well, that's illegal and you get arrested for that. But if you're reporting on a news
Not necessarily
story...
in every circumstance, no. But what you're saying is you have the right to do that simply by being a citizen. You're saying that no
everyone
laws
does.
and no rules apply to you, which what are laws but rules? They're rules that are set down, decided upon
Rules
by
aren't laws.
society.
Rules are definitely not laws. Policies
What I'm
are
saying
not
is
laws
that laws
either.
are rules. Laws say you can do this, you can't do that. There's a line that you cross at which it becomes this other thing.
And I've told you several times now that the United States Constitution is the supreme law of the land. I am a journalist engaged in constitutionally protected activity. I'm reporting about public servants on public property performing a public service.
And that's what I've tried to do from the beginning.
There's time, manner, place restrictions to what I do. Time, it's business hours. Manner, I've been pretty polite. And place, I'm in a public
and I've
library.
been nothing but polite to you.
I mean, aside from trying to enforce an unlawful policy.
I haven't tried to enforce anything. I just told you the process that we do, and you refuse to do that.
Okay.
So
Are you the
that's
marketing woman?
No.
No, I'm not. She's actually on the phone looking for you.
I told her I was in the Great Hall.
Yes, it went to voicemail. Shall I transfer her to you?
Yes. Hold on, my extension's 1203.
One moment.
Hello? Hello?
Are you guys armed? I see you have handcuffs. Do you have pistols? No pistols? Do you have sidearm?
You can see that.
No, I can't actually.
Yeah, you can.
All right, gonna take that attitude. Treasured, right?
Yep.
treasurer and employee of the St. Louis Public Library.
Hey, Jen. Yeah. Yes. No. Yeah, that isn't gonna work. This isn't gonna work, and he's filming everything that's happening. Okay? It's not as simple as all that, and someone does need to come here. Okay? All right. Thanks. Bye-bye. Okay.
Are they
She's
coming?
on her way. Yeah.
Awesome. And what's that person's name that's coming?
You can talk to her when she arrives.
Okay. And what's your name?
I don't have to tell you my name, do I?
Are you
just
sure
told me
about
I
that?
shouldn't.
Well, here's the thing. You're actually employed right now, and when you signed your contract with the city of St. Louis, there's more than likely something in there that says you're required to state your first name and your position. If you want me to FOIA
Would you
request,
like to show that to me?
I will. I will email it to you.
You didn't have that there was no force of law that required you to tell me anything about you.
That's me. We're talking you. You're employed right now. You're being paid with tax dollars. You signed a contract with the city of St. Louis when you became
I
employed.
don't have to give you all of my personal information.
No, I asked for your simple name and your position here. That's it. I can get every single person's name, wages,
I don't doubt that you
years of
can. I
service,
don't doubt
and
that you
employee
can.
compensation.
I don't doubt that you can.
I know I can. I'm a journalist. I'm an investigative journalist, no less. And you still haven't figured that part out, that I'm not backing down from you. Hey, how's it going?
Good. My name is Ruben. I'm the public safety supervisor. Well, assistant
Awesome.
manager. So you're interested in filming the library?
Yeah.
That's fine, but you just need to make an arrangement to do it. You can't just come in with equipment. We welcome it, in fact, as long as it's not for like commercial stuff and things like that. It all needs to be arranged. That's all. Is that okay? Can we do that?
I don't believe it does, though. See, the thing is this building is open to the general public. This guy can walk around with a cell phone and video record stuff you wouldn't know. Okay, I am here to report on the employees inside this building. I don't know how much more clear I can be about that. So I'm here for you, okay? And the policy that states here. And I'm seeing some major problems here. So I came to the right place.
What is it about the policy that you have in mind?
Well, you see, I'm a journalist, okay? First Amendment right. So do you know what the United States Constitution is?
Of course I did.
Awesome. Okay, the First Amendment to the United States Constitution, freedom of press is in there, okay? Stemming from that, there's several different federal court cases. I'm engaged in that constitutionally protected activity right now.
Am I being recorded right now?
Yeah, absolutely.
That's fine.
Okay. There's no hiding from my cameras. I promise you, I can turn them any way you want. But
no, you're fine.
the thing is I'm engaged in a constitutionally protected activity. So the idea that I would have to request permission from a government official in order to engage in that constitutionally protected activity really raises some issues with me. In fact, I would say it's unlawful, would be the word. Not illegal, but it's unlawful. I don't know how far you guys are willing to go with that policy, but if you're willing to slap on the cuffs and we can take it over to the federal courthouse, I'd be more than happy to.
No, absolutely. Look, let me just say the government has left it within our purview to decide what the policies are as far as filming people here because, like you said, it's a public place and not everybody in the public wants to be filmed here. You know, if, like I said, if we could arrange it where you can have an appointment to come in and do that, that's fine. But I do have to ask you to pack this up. If not, just like you kind of said, I would have to contact the police, and I really don't want to because it's.
I can't stop you from calling the cops. I've told you how far I'm willing to go with this.
Do you have a card or something?
I gave him a card, and I honestly regret giving him that much because this policy is outrageous, to be quite honest. We live in the United States of America. All public employees need to respect the United States Constitution. There's also a constitution of the state of Missouri as well, but I'm not going to get into that one. So I'm telling you right now that policy is in direct violation of several federal court cases. I know that for an absolute fact. I didn't come here wandering about. I came here looking for public policies and public employees that are a problem, and I found them.
So I'm waiting for the marketing person, but if you guys have a person in the legal department, that might be a better bet.
Well,
So,
just like, these people aren't gonna fall out of the sky for you. You know what I'm saying? You wanna ask questions, you wanna inquire, you can make a call, and we could make an arrangement to sit down and talk, so that they could run down on, paper, instead of relying on my mind to dictate the policies. They can show you in writing, and they can show you what comes from the government. And what comes from.
so here's the thing, a policy is
administrators.
not law, though.
A what?
A policy is not law. There's a difference. See, that policy was created by probably I'm not going to guess here, because I actually don't know if it's if you guys have an elected board or an appointed board. But I'm just telling you right now that policy does not trump law. I've known that for about 25 years now. So if you have a policy that runs in direct conflict with what the laws of the state and this nation have, then that policy is quite literally unlawful.
All right. I'm listening to you.
That's fine. That's fine.
I'm going to call the police at this point,
Okay.
and see if they could assist in having you leave the property. Okay?
Okay.
What was your name, sir?
I'm not going to give you my name.
You don't have to.
No, I don't. And what's your name?
Ruben.
Ruben? Thank you, Ruben.
Hi, Deirdre. Hi, I'm the assistant manager at the St. Louis Public Library. I have a fella here who's recording in the library without permission, and he's refusing to 1415, the exact address here. 1301 Olive Street. I'm so used to giving my name. He doesn't want to give me his name. He claims to be auditing the people at the library, both public and employee, and he refuses to make an arrangement of public safety. Yes, ma'am. Public safety manager, assistant manager, Chiquita Hunter. Yeah, Chiquita Hunter is my employer. No, he doesn't want to give me his name, and that's fine. He's white, he's wearing blue jeans, a black jacket, a gray Under Armour hat. He's very cordial and very dignified in his presentation, but, he's standing his ground, and so must I. He's actually recording me. Yeah. He's actually recording me at this moment, which is fine. I give him permission to record me, but I can't give him permission to record in the library. Is Reyes, R-E-Y-E-S. This is my cell because I happen to have it handy. I'd rather not give it out if I could. Correct. Thank you, ma'am. I'm on the second floor. The big steps. Yeah, the big steps off of Olive. Yeah. All right. Thank you. I appreciate it. All right. Bye-bye. You want to come sit with me?
No, thanks.
Okay. So when did you get started doing this sort of work?
A while ago.
Long time ago? Okay. What made you interested in doing it?
Corruption.
Hey, there's plenty of it. You got a lot to record.
There's plenty. I came to the right place, too.
Well, I wouldn't say this is the epicenter of corruption, but it's a little bit of sprinkling everywhere, right?
I'm from Illinois. I'll give you that much. So
I used to live in
pot calling the kettle black. So is this a marketing woman?
I do not know. I'm not familiar with everybody.
Well, that's probably looking right. So I haven't received one in a while. So I'm assuming that when one is coming down.
Where to next after this?
I'd rather not say.
Hunt you down, man.
I'll let you know.
I'm so intrigued by you.
I just caught your second command of your sheriff's department telling lies about 2 blocks down the street about a half an hour ago. Yeah. I forget his name already. I've got it on video, but he had badge number 2, so I'm guessing he's high ranking.
I don't know.
He
I've only
backed
lived in
off.
St. Louis.
we'll see if the city of St. Louis wises up to this.
I've only lived in St. Louis, what, like 6 years now?
Oh my, where are you from originally?
New
Out
York
west?
City.
Wow.
Yeah, I was born
What brought
in
you to the
Brooklyn.
Midwest? It's not the weather, because the weather's about the same as New York. I've been
You're
to
right.
New York.
You know, I came because I felt like I was crowded in on all sides. You know,
Awesome.
just I felt like a sardine in a sardine can, going to work and on the trains and
Yeah, that's I've had we've without telling you too much about myself.
It's okay.
The last guy that I spoke to, now he passed away here recently, but he had an hour and a half.
Pardon.
Go ahead.
Hey, Chiquita. No, I'm at the second floor of the library. I'm dealing with a situation. A gentleman is wanting to report me. Yeah. No. He's a perfect gentleman. I'm having no trouble with him at all. He's been recording me for the last 20 minutes. I have Shirley. Okay. Let me see who's on the other phone. Public safety, Ruben here. Hi, Shirley. What's up? Okay, let me notify Chiquita. She's right on the other phone. All right. Thank you, Shirley. No problem. Bye. Hey, Chiquita, there's someone in the admin lobby who needs to get in the basement for something. Oh, I didn't know you were still. I thought you were still in the office. I just saw you. Okay. 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 All right. Well, be careful driving. I'll see you later. All right. Bye-bye. Many plates spinning.
So I noticed that this end of the library is modern, and this is like 1908. 1912 was when it opened. 1908 was when it was built.
I believe so.
Was that added on?
No, that's part of the original structure.
That is over there?
Yes, so it looks very, very contemporary because it always was a contemporary space.
Okay.
What that held originally was the Stax Tower, which was an enormous bookshelf. It was
Okay.
like a new and forward-thinking idea in the housing and delivery of books at the time, and so the structure and the function of that space was primarily just to hold the majority of the books in the collection. If you go down on the first floor and are looking toward Market Street, you can see pictures of the original structure and what that.
Okay, I'd love to get some images of those.
Yeah, I mean, there's lots of images of that there. There's other images of the construction of the building, including that part of the Saks Tower. There's a hallway over here, and those pictures are in there. They chronicle the construction of the building, and they're in chronological order.
Okay.
So you can see what it looked like building this
All
building.
right. I'm sure some of my viewers would love to have that. All right. Are you a St. Louis City police officer?
What's going on?
Are you St. Louis Police?
Yeah.
Okay. And P.O. Thurman? Do you have a badge number?
I'm confused. Let's talk outside. I want you to go.
No, I'm fine right here.
No, they want you to leave.
We're gonna talk.
Security.
We're
Security
gonna talk.
wants you to leave.
Calm down. Calm down.
Sir, can you leave, please?
Can I speak to you? Are you his sergeant? I need a sergeant here. You're already,
Okay.
dude. You're already out of
talk
line.
outside.
You're already out of line.
Security wants you to leave.
I need a sergeant
Okay.
here. I need a sergeant.
All right? Let's talk outside.
I need a sergeant. I've requested a supervisor.
Sir,
Let's talk outside.
let's talk outside.
I've requested a
It
supervisor.
doesn't matter.
Sir,
Maybe I should leave.
you're placed under arrest for trespass.
So, are you officially trespassing me from the building?
If they ask you to leave and you leave,
What is your badge number? You haven't even told me your badge number. Do you realize
Sir.
how wrong you are right now?
sir, if security asks you to leave, you refuse to leave, you can be locked up for trespassing.
I just need your badge number so you can officially trespass me. Go ahead and do it. Thurman.
Okay.
P.O. Thurman. Forney, is that how you pronounce it?
What's the problem here?
I don't know what's the problem. I came in here to video record a friggin' library, not to get accosted by all sorts of different
You
employees.
don't have permission to do that, sir.
Huh?
You don't have permission to do that.
I don't have permission to video record a public library.
you don't.
And what is your badge number?
You can, that's with them, not me.
Okay.
they said you're not allowed to
Are
do that-
you a City of St. Louis police officer?
Yes, but that's not relevant. If they said you can't do
It
that,
is.
then you're not allowed
giving.
to.
Am I allowed to ignore your orders then, since you said it's not relevant that you're a police officer?
They told you this is privately owned.
This is not a privately owned building, ma'am. I know full well it's not privately owned.
It's owned by the city,
Okay.
and the city has the right to refuse people recording
Okay.
in the
And
building.
who is in control of the city?
If they said there's no video and audio recording allowed, then you're not allowed to.
Okay. Are you going to give me your badge number? I've asked both of you for your
You need
badge
to get off the
numbers.
property.
You need to give me your badge
You
number.
need to get the property.
In order for me to file an official complaint, I've requested a supervisor several times. You both have ignored
We've
that.
asked you to leave,
Did
and you've
call the
ignored that,
supervisor?
so try that one.
Did you call the supervisor?
We ask you again.
You've asked you to leave, and you're ignoring that.
You didn't ask me. Am
They've
I
asked you
being
several
officially
times.
trespassed by City of St.
Yes,
Louis?
you are.
Yes, you are. Okay, now Forney, what is your badge number?
1060, you need
Thank
to leave the
you.
building.
And what is your badge
We
number?
need you to leave,
What is your badge number?
sir.
You are a
Asked you several
scumbag
times.
cop, dude. You really
Asked you
know
several
that. What's your
times.
badge
You need to
number?
leave.
You guys are going to
You'll be
get
placed under
sued.
arrest for
You're
trespassing.
not allowed to be recording in the building, so you...
I'm not allowed to be recording in the building? Ma'am, I am a journalist. This is a public
Did
building.
you ask permission?
I don't need a permission
Yes,
to
you
be
do.
a journalist. No,
Yes,
you
you
don't. No, you don't.
Yes, you do.
No, you don't. Oh
Yes,
my
you do.
God, you guys are terrible. You guys are terrible. You swore an oath to the United
Are
States
you going to
Constitution.
leave, or are we going to make you leave?
He hasn't given me his badge number yet. Once he
Doesn't
gives me
matter.
my badge, once he gives me that badge number,
Sir, are you
and
going
I
to
get-
leave? Is this yes or no?
Badge number.
So that's no?
I just want a badge number and I'll leave. That's it. You're required by law to
Sir?
give me a badge
No, we're
number.
not, actually.
You're not?
Nope.
Oh. You just walk around face mask.
No, we're not required to give our badge numbers. Did you know that?
Apparently, you swore an oath to the United States Constitution. You didn't know that.
It's not required.
So,
Hands behind your back.
all right. Don't review my equipment. You need a warrant for it.
Do you have any ID?
I want to speak to an attorney.
Do you have any identification?
I didn't ask you any questions.
He's asking me.
That's your identification. That's not
Do you have any
an
identification?
incriminating question.
I want to speak to an attorney.
Okay, that's cool.
I'll be outside for further.
You're being arrested for trespassing.
Yep.
Let's walk down this way.
You grab my equipment.
16 hour.
Yes, sir, 1256. Dispatch on. 1256.
How long has he been inside?
20 minutes?
Okay.
30?
And we asked him several times to leave, correct?
Oh, yes.
And refused to leave.
Yes,
Okay.
absolutely.
He's been inside here recording. They asked him several times to leave. I asked him several times
Are you
to
the
leave.
supervisor?
I am,
He
sir.
refused to
Okay.
give us his name.
He refused to give me his badge number. I asked for a badge number and told him I'd
We
leave.
asked him several times to walk outside. He
Sir,
wouldn't-
can I
he
ask
wouldn't
why
go
you
outside.
didn't want to leave? It's a
I'm a
public building.
journalist
Yeah.
reporting on a story about this building and these employees and the policies inside of it. I was very polite and cordial. I asked for a supervisor and I asked for his badge number, which he still hasn't given to me, or an ID number, because I don't.
His DSN is 5794.
Okay, thank you. That wasn't that
but
difficult.
let me ask you something. Even though this is considered a public library, were you asked to leave by some of the employees?
Define ask or ordered. Was
Oh,
I
did-
asked to leave? Yes, but I wasn't doing anything illegal. See, I wasn't breaking any laws. and I wasn't disturbing anybody here. I asked an employee about the age of the building and the architecture.
Right. And that made him ask you to leave? That
Yeah,
seems a little-
that started it.
Yeah.
I'm a journalist recording in the United States of America.
Okay, I don't know. Maybe let me ask to see. Let me talk to them, and I'll get right back to you.
Okay, thank you. Can I point this direction? All right, you're gonna be a dick. You're a dumb motherfucker, dude. You're gonna get sued. You have no idea what's coming.
He was struck overnight by an unknown vehicle. 1258.
I'm not gonna resist you, so don't worry about that crap.
No one said he's gonna resist.
Yeah, well, you're grabbing on me like you're wanting to throw me.
Grab on you 'cause you're in custody.
Yeah.
Can't have you walk freely.
Don't turn off my equipment, man. Not until your sergeant comes back out.
My camera's recording.
Okay, thank you. You're a good one, obviously.
Right now, you have to make sure you're not in weapons thing. How do you safely get this?
Well, you're gonna have to uncuff me in order to get that off.
I'm
You're
gonna
gonna
try to get it
oh,
off. I want to
okay.
make sure that I have the safety.
There's a zipper under.
See the zippers, it's hard to get to.
Yeah, it's just hard to get to.
Huh?
I said it's hard to get to. Your hand's 2 inches from the zipper, but it's
We're
hard
not
to get
talking
to.
about the zipper.
Oh.
We're talking about this contraption right here.
Oh, well, you have to take it off. You have to uncuff me. Yeah, but you gotta uncuff me.
Huh?
You gotta
Yeah,
uncuff
we
me in
can
order to get
uncuff
it
you.
off.
We have to get weapons on.
Sir? They say that they have a policy where you can't film in there unless you get special permission.
Well, here's the thing. It's a public building open to the general public. I'm a journalist engaged in a constitutionally protected activity.
Well, that's
I was
why
very polite and nice. I'm not required to comply with a policy that runs in direct violation of the United States Constitution.
This is what I say we do. So I say we release them all on summons. You're going to be given a summons. You won't be physically arrested.
Okay.
You're going to be issued a summons, and you can take your valid complaint that you think you have, and you show up in court. All right? We will show, but don't come back in here and do it again. If you come back and do it again, well, you have to give us your name. If you don't give us a name, then we have to look
Are you
at
going to chastise this officer for being
No.
such an asshole?
No, I'm not,
All right,
because
my
he's
name
doing.
is Kent Voth. V-O-T-H.
Okay, well, wait, I don't have a pen. Have a seat on the wall. The officer's gonna run you, make sure you're not wanted, and we will give you a summons.
Whoa,
What?
damn.
What?
That's $500 worth of equipment.
No. Yeah, there, just put it up
If it
there.
scratched that lens, you'll be getting a bill
Okay,
for
come
that.
on, sir, we don't need that. Just let us do it. Just have a seat, have a seat. Have a seat. Come,
Can
sir,
I
have
sit
a-
or what?
Yeah, yeah.
He's not letting me
Do
sit.
you have ID on you?
He's not letting me sit.
Well, sir,
Am I
do
going to
you-
sit or what?
Do you have ID
Sir,
on
do
you?
you have ID?
Why do I need ID? I just told you my name.
Okay, well,
Verify who you are.
Okay, I don't have ID. Am I required to answer any more questions? You have got to be the dumbest cop I've encountered in the past year.
Sir, I
apologize
take
for
it
that.
down a little. Hey, Stein, do you have a computer up? Okay,
We
let
can take
me.
him to the
let me-
Justice Center and verify his information there.
Well,
Yeah.
if you want.
Yes.
He's
That's
dead
fine.
set on getting a
Well,
lawsuit.
no, I mean most people when.
So I gotta go back and do
Most people.
I'm
when
not
have a
gonna
s-
run from you.
Well, no, he wouldn't get very far either if he did.
No.
But listen, I mean, listen to me, sir. I believe that you're somewhat confrontational. I mean, when a policeman comes and says, "Sir, I need your name," because they got a call specifically on you, and you want to say, "Well, I'm not going to give you my name," and no, I don't have ID, and I'm not going to give you my name. How are we supposed to act?
That's not how it transpired when they
Okay,
walked up.
okay.
I walked up, asked them their name and badge number. They wouldn't even give me either of those.
Well, their name's on there.
Yeah, I've seen that, but here's the thing. You're making an assumption that I can read. Not everybody can. I know that sounds silly, but I'm sure you guys have encountered enough
You
people
have a
that...
piece of paper I can write his name and all that on there, so we can find out who he is.
I'll give you my driver's license number. I'm not giving you my social, man.
Okay, I don't mind. What's your first name?
Kent, K-E...
For 1 second.
Don't even try it.
I used to be able to.
We all used to be able to do a lot of things, Mars.
Not anymore. He says he's from Illinois, and that's his Illinois driver's license number. That one would be his,
Would you ask for a permit to vote? Would you ask for a permit
That's what they give you a card for. That's your permission.
Oh, really? That's how it works. It didn't stem from the U.S. Constitution. You've got to be an ignorant cop. Seriously, 2 of you showed up at once. I've been looking for bad cops for like 3 months.
This is a public building, you're right.
It absolutely is a
library.
public building.
However, they do have rules inside here, and if one of the rules is you can't film inside there unless you have a permit or written permission, you have to abide by that. I mean, your credentials as a reporter or you work for some news agency or journalist, that doesn't supersede their rules.
The U.S. Constitution does, and the federal court cases that oversee what you guys just did do, and I know that for a fact walking in here. I came in here to get a report on the beautiful public building the taxpayers paid for.
Sir, and you have every right. If you feel you're being harassed and unjustly arrested or cited, then you, by all means, you can go to Internal Affairs and you can speak to the Internal Affairs. By all means, that's why it's there. And our address at police headquarters is at 1915 Olive?
I'm headed there next.
Okay. All means.
I mean, if you release me, if not, you're gonna have to. I'll have to wait for bond. You guys are gonna have to process me.
Sound like you've done this before.
The first time I went out to do this, I went out looking for dirty cops, and I got methamphetamines planted on me. So you bumped into one today. I'm telling you right now, Forney, you're a joke. You're a bad joke.
Sir.
She is. She's absolutely. She sat
What
there
has she
and.
done? What has she done that you would feel that you'd have to call her a joke? What has she done?
Violated her constitutional oath for starters.
No, she
yes, she did.
hasn't.
Yes, she has. Yes, she absolutely has.
No. Not at all. You must be sorely mistaken when you know what constitutional rights.
Oh,
What city
man.
are you from, Mr. Wells?
What's that?
They're farmers. They're
Did you
farmers.
just give him my information and my driver's license number and all that? You just gave him my private information.
That's
is
a security
absolutely.
guard.
Nah,
Yes.
guys, you guys have screwed up big time. I saw it. The camera's on. It caught
That's
it.
fine,
They're not allowed to
sir.
have that information.
Oh, no, they're
Banned you from the
not.
building, so you're not allowed to come back in here ever again.
No. What's your name, Sergeant?
16, Sergeant Marks. Michael
Marks.
Marks.
Okay. And what's your badge? Or ID?
$27.95.
Thank you.
What's the fancy do?
I'm sorry.
I got y'all next time.
Gotcha.
time on, but we've also recycled a lot of numbers. So
Okay,
it's
okay.
fine.
That's why I asked.
It's a general guideline when it comes to that.
Solomon, make sure, walk over there and give him his information. We need your address for the summons. We're not going to book you. We're going to release you on a summons.
Okay.
Oh, do you? Tell Solomon that all the information is on the computer in his car.
You get these suckers
hold
off?
on, we will.
All right.
When we have you sign your summons, that was safe. Oh, you have it? Okay, so the deal is you're going to be getting a summons.
Okay.
Don't bring your audio visual equipment in there unless you get you have to apply for a permit to film in here. And they do that for various reasons that was explained to me. So it's a public building. They're not saying you can't come in there. What they're saying is that you can't film in there without acquiring with a specific permit.
Can I play devil's advocate with you? I understand what you're telling me.
Yes, sir.
You guys are cops. How many times have you called the drug house and gave them a heads up before you raided the house?
How many times have we?
Yeah.
Never.
Never. And I never will ask for permission to catch corrupt public officials.
Oh, makes sense.
Yep. Because if you call them and give them a heads up, they'll know.
Listen, sir, what corrupt public officials were you trying to catch in the library?
The policy itself and the
What
employees.
policy?
The policy that states I have to give away my First Amendment right in order to request permission to film in a public building. Okay, now I understand I can't record in the courthouse because that's a judge's order, okay? But that is 100% accessible to the general public, and that permit
So
is
the
unlawful.
So is the courthouse.
Yeah.
Anyone can walk in a courthouse.
Yeah, but I just said the
But you have
judge's
to-
order. judge's order.
Yep.
And I don't generally butt heads with judges.
Chapo, what's up? So what was your passcode? That's So how many were in there? How many did you have to level up? All right, goodbye. You have a key. For what?
How long have you been an officer?
35 years.
Getting near retirement?
Yeah, like 9 months.
Yeah, I was getting ready to say. Your experience shows. Hopefully you rub off on the other people.
Well, they're doing their job, brother. I mean, I don't see where anyone did anything wrong. No one was belligerent to you.
And I wasn't belligerent to anybody
no one
in
said
there.
They weren't. No one said you were. You were being difficult, though. When an officer asks you for your name, and you tell him, I'm not giving you my name.
Well, that's another thing. That's called the Fourth Amendment.
Oh, who's got?
You're an idiot. Full-blown idiot. Seriously.
We don't need talk like that.
Here's the thing. The Fourth Amendment right.
We can still take you to jail, so you can check him out now.
Just
Hey,
I Barney, well, I got him. There's no.
Don't worry.
Just,
I'll
sir,
make sure the public knows about you.
Sir.
Is you going to consider that a threat? Jesus.
Sir, Barney, I got him. Just don't let him antagonize you. Here's your camera, so nothing happens.
I'm Marianne. I'm the director of the building. Well, I mean, people are allowed in the building. Why are y'all doing it? I'm Marianne. I'm the director of the building. Okay. Well, I mean, people are allowed in the building.
Yeah, that's what we explained, though.
Yeah. And he's allowed to do casual amateur photography, filming, etc. When it gets to be a problem is when you're filming customers without their permission.
Oh, they said something that he needed written permission.
Well, that's when you're doing any kind of professional, media-related filming.
Okay.
You need prior written permission. Yes, please.
What? We don't have it. Tell them to fill it out without it.
But if it's just casual amateur photography and filming, we don't necessarily need permission unless there's people involved that are not staff.
So I just got put in handcuffs for nothing.
I'm just making the distinction because they might not know it either,
Okay.
sir.
Well, probably should have figured that all out before the cops went on. I am an independent journalist.
Okay.
And that I do believe falls under amateur photography. And I will be publishing the video out of this. That was completely unacceptable. All I did was walk up to one employee and ask them when the building was built. I said, the beautiful building. I love the architecture on the main room. I'm sure you've heard that a million times. I walked over, I got a pan shot of the ceiling, and then I went to walk downstairs to see what else you guys had here, because that first part is gorgeous. So that's obviously going to lead me to walk elsewhere.
Of course.
And that's when the public safety officers, if you want to call them that, took issue with my camera and took me back upstairs. Then your employee up there gave me some big long spiel where he tripped over his words repeatedly, ignored everything I said. And by the way, I was being very nice, polite, and cordial. You're going to be able to see how I behaved. I was very nice, polite, and cordial. And then they decided to call police. And the police came here. This sergeant knows his job. The two first responding officers refused to give me their name or badge number. So what am I supposed to do? You know, I see it says St. Louis Police on it. I get that. You're a public library.
Can see my badge that says Marianne Brickey, Public Library.
Nice to meet you. My name is
you.
Kent Voth. But yeah, and
So
I got put in handcuffs for that.
I do apologize for my staff if he seemed discombobulated. I think we're just not used to being filmed, and it probably just took him aback. But absolutely, amateur photography,
I'll let you know. Had they been nice and just left me alone, or not said a word to me, I would have walked through the building and been on to my next one. So now the next building I'm going to is your police department. I walked through your entire city hall this morning. All of it. I found nothing but well-trained public employees, without a doubt. Every single one I encountered. And then Forney here, and whatever his name, shows up and drops the ball big time. So, yeah. I go around and test public employees. You're awesome, by the way. Mm-mm.
Well,
that one,
I
no.
would also just
And that's
say
not your
all public
responsibility.
employees have a different job description, so
You might want to, you're going to have some extra visitors.
Sign here, then you're free to leave.
All right, you're going to have some extra visitors over the next few months, just a heads up.
Just sign here. Right there. Yeah, and I'm also going to put down the number, address of our police station on here. I mean, 1950 Howard.
I've got it on Apple Maps. I was literally headed there after here before this happened.
Okay.
Well,
Okay.
well, I know today is probably a bad day, but you are invited to come back.
Oh, well,
this
thank
is a public
you.
library.
Thank you
You're
very
welcome.
much. You saved the... Kept cool. Oh, is that video camera?
No, that's my.
No, I was looking
That's
at it. So what we're going to do, we're giving you what's called a city council referral card.
Okay.
That have all the information on it.
Okay.
If you guys want to press charges, there'll be.
We absolutely do not.
Okay, there'll be instructions on it how to press charges.
Okay.
Okay.
Thank you very much.
Like I said,
I'm Kent, by the way.
sorry that this was not how we thought this would have gone, but
Me neither, honestly. Me neither. And like I said, you're going to see your second in command of the sheriff's department just got caught telling lies on camera about an hour ago. So, see what else I can find.
Here's a CIR card.
all right.